10 Ways Wolverine Could Be a Great Hokage. If Wolverine was to ever be transplanted into the world of Naruto, he would definitely have what it takes to be a top-notch Hokage. Wolverine is the best there is at what he does, and sometimes that's being in charge. Wolverine has changed a lot over the years, becoming a better hero and a leader, even running his own mutant school for a time. This is a very big change. Wolverine was once the ultimate loner, someone who wasn't easy to work with, and has become something better, one of the greatest heroes in the Marvel Universe. Over in the Naruto universe, the Hokage is the leader of a ninja clan. The Hokage's role is very important, and it's one that Wolverine would prove very proficient at. 10. He's a master martial artist. The Hokage is usually one of the best trained shinobi in their village, and that's a place where Wolverine would shine. He's been alive a very long time, and in that time has learned many martial arts. In fact, Wolverine is one of the most skilled fighters in the Marvel Universe, able to hold his own against just about anyone. This martial arts skill would serve him very well as Hokage. While the job is often mostly administrative, sometimes Hokage has to take the field, and Wolverine would prove to be a help for whatever clan he led. 9. He understands team dynamics. One of a Hokage's main jobs is putting together teams to tackle whatever missions that the village needs completing. This isn't an easy task. It takes a lot of knowledge to not only put together a team that works well together, but also one that will grow with time and get better. Wolverine has been part of teams for a very long time and is one of the most important members of the X-Men. He knows how things work, how to get the best out of team members. And he understands people. He'd do a great job putting together teams for missions. 8. He has a wide base of experience. Hokage deal with all kinds of threats, from powerful mystical beasts to more mundane things like bandits. They have to understand a wide variety of enemies and how best to deal with them. This is another place where Wolverine would do very well because of the sheer amount of experience he has. Wolverine has pretty much dealt with everything. He's fought ghosts, gods, aliens, interdimensional horrors, and all kinds of villains. While he's made his share of mistakes and lost a lot, all of this has taught him how to deal with all kinds of situations. A great skill for a Hokage. 7. He cares about the people he works with. Being a Hokage is hard in a lot of ways. Sometimes, one has to make hard decisions, sending people they've known since childhood into situations that promise certain death. However, it's also important for a Hokage to care about the people under them, because otherwise, what's the point? Wolverine may have a gruff exterior, but under it hides a man who cares deeply about his friends. This is important. A leader has to be able to care about the people under them, even if it hurts when something happens. It humanizes them and gives their actions consequences. Wolverine's ability to care about the people he works with makes him a great leader. 6. He's a team player. While the Hokage doesn't always leave the village, when they do, they don't go on their own, they bring many shinobi with them. The Hokage has to understand how to work with others at this point. A Hokage can be the greatest fighter in the village, but without teamwork, they'll fail and lose everything. Wolverine has teamed up with everyone, and while there are some he likes more than others, he's proven to be a team player. He can work with anyone, which would be important if he was involved in a mission as Hokage. The types of threats faced by Hokage-led shinobi teams need someone who can work with others. 5. He can survive nearly anything. Wolverine has a lot of advantages in battle, but one of the biggest is the fact that he can survive just about anything. Between his adamantium skeleton and healing factor, keeping Wolverine down is pretty much impossible. He's tailored his entire fighting style to taking advantage of this, and this ability would serve him well as Hokage. The Hokage is depended on by everyone in the village, and if they're taken out somehow, bad things can happen. With Wolverine, taking him out is very, very hard, so he'd make an ideal Hokage. It's not impossible to kill him, but it's hard enough that he'd be able to get help before things went too far. 4. He knows all about military Black Ops missions. The missions the Hokage sends shinobi on run the gamut, but many of them are quite similar to the kind of missions that the military sends squads on. On top of that, there's also the Black Ops mission, like the ones handled by the Hidden Leaf Villages and Boo Black Ops squads. Understanding the difference and what kind of team to send on which mission is important. This is something Wolverine would excel at because he's worked all kinds of missions of both types. He's been a member of both the Canadian military and worked for multiple Black Ops organizations. He understands the difference between these types of mission and would be able to know who to send for each kind. 3. He's a great mentor. The Hokage's role is multifaceted, and one of the aspects of it is mentoring. The Hokage has to be there for those who work for them and groom them, enabling them to reach their greatest potential and take advantage of their talents. The shinobi depend on the Hokage. Wolverine has proven to be an expert mentor over the years, taking young mutants under his wing and helping them reach their potential. From Kate Pride to Jubilee to Armor to Quentin Quire, Wolverine has mentored many young mutants over the years, helping them become more than they were. 2. He's a great leader. One of the most important jobs of the Hokage is also the most obvious, to be a good leader. The Hokage is in charge and has to make sure everyone knows that. They have to make the right decisions, and when they mess up, take responsibility. They have to fix any problems they encounter. On top of that, they also have to understand tactics, how to inspire, and team dynamics. Wolverine has grown into a great leader. He knows everything he needs to know to lead and has grown as a person. He understands when to inspire and when to yell, and his grasp of tactics is quite good. All in all, his leadership skills have proven to be top-notch. 1. His experience running the Jean Grey School was pretty much being a Hokage. After a disagreement with Cyclops, Wolverine rebuilt the X-Mansion and started a new mutant school there, which he named the Jean Grey School for gifted youngsters. His time running the school saw him not only leading X-Men in the field but also administrating, teaching, and all kinds of other things he'd never done before. Wolverine was basically the school's Hokage, doing all the work a Hokage would do in their village. All of this experience, combined with everything else he's done in his life, makes him an ideal candidate for Hokage.